Hello everybody and welcome. This is Adrian. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today I wanted to review the new DLC for Hegemony 3 Clash of the Ancients titled The Eagle King. It costs $14.99 US and was released on February 16th, 2017. I was able to receive a review code for the game, and so here we are now after about 5 to 7 hours hands-on with the expansion. Let's talk about it. First up, graphics. Honestly guys, this game is from an indie developer and the graphics remind you of such. Not to say they're terrible, because I will admit the overall strategic map and even the structures, unit models, weapons, armor, and troops do look good. It's just that you shouldn't go into this game looking to get your EP and socks knocked off. However, if you're looking for good attention to detail, you will get it. War elephants look like such, triremes rule the seas, and Thessalian cavalry, hoplites, and phalangites look decked out with armor, proper helmets, and menacing weaponry. However, one huge complaint I have with the game is the look of the Roman Republican soldiers. Historically, this campaign DLC takes place in the year 280 BC, but the look of the Roman Republican soldiers in particular have uniforms, weapons, helmets, and shields from the imperial period of Rome, which is approximately 0 AD to 476 AD. For DLC, and honestly a game that seems to respect and pride itself in historical detail, authenticity, and research, this is a huge oversight in the game that is hard for me to forgive, but I can try. Next up, gameplay. So if you're new to the Hegemony series, this is in many ways a real-time and grand strategy title. You get a large map of Italy, and for the first time in the Hegemony series, the island of Sicily, and the game is set in 280 BC. It introduces a sandbox map of Italy and Sicily where you can select any faction you like, which range from Gauls to Romans to Carthaginians to Greeks. However, the primary edition of the Eagle King DLC is a campaign where you get to play as Pyrrhus of Epirus, one of the greatest generals in military history. You invade southern Italy to assist your fellow Greeks against the Roman Republic, and there is a very intriguing and real clash of cultures going on. Roman soldiers and military tactics differ from those of the Greeks, and this is very palpable. I was frequently required to reconsider my army composition and the troops that I recruited because, truthfully, the Pyrrhus of Epirus campaign is difficult, and you get a sense of what it was like to be him. While your economy and food and logistics are strong, your manpower is limited, and it is a challenge to be able to react to all sorts of Roman attacks on different fronts. You fight against an enemy with seemingly unlimited reserves of troops and a significant advantage in territory compared to you. This is strategy at its finest. There is a sense of progression to the story, and the background and details to the city's characters and mission objectives within the Pyrrhus of Epirus campaign is simply great. It's like reading a well-detailed and interesting history book and then actually seeing the battles and the politics play out before you on the monitor screen. It's great stuff. Lastly, the rest of the goodies. Sound and music are solid, although I didn't notice anything amazingly different from the standard Hegemony 3 game. There is no voiceover commentary, which is a shame, but I don't blame the indie developers because a lot of the writing and dialogue is spot on already. To do voiceovers for literally all of the information and narration that happens would take incredible effort, and I would imagine it could get a little tiresome considering how many characters and events there are in the game. So, the verdict. Listen guys, if you've never tried the Hegemony 3 series or are a fan of Hegemony 3 and are looking to get back into the game, this really might be the DLC to bring you back. This DLC is fun, adds a lot of content, primarily the Pyrrhus of Epirus campaign, and really helps you appreciate the depth of Hegemony 3 and the way it plays. Commanding war elephants and Macedonian phalangites through Italy, fighting against the Romans and their Latin allies, is some really great fun. Managing supply lines and manpower and choosing which buildings, troops, and ships to spend your precious resources on is strategy that I haven't seen in many other titles recently, and honestly, it's really refreshing to say the least. So if I had to choose between a buy, wait for sale, or never buy rating, this is a buy if you are a fan of the Hegemony series or own the game and want a reason to get back into the game. If you've never played Hegemony 3 or any of the other Hegemony games, I do recommend waiting for sale and picking this DLC and the base game together, and I assure you your strategy itch will be tickled. Thanks so much as always for watching, and please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.